please.
So does that mean we're taking their land if their biocapacity is going down?
You think about it. When people think about environmental problems, or we know that one of the things they would say is it's because there are too many people. I mean, look at people in Africa. They're starving because there's too many of them. Is this picture telling you they're starving because there's too many of them?
No. It's telling us that their land is being destroyed by something.
Destroyed by something. You know, some interesting facts. One of the oldest human skulls is found in Chad. Lake Chad is disappearing, right? So you talk about global water crisis. Chad is suffering severely from water crisis. Lake Chad, if you go online, you'll see the Lake Chad has been shrinking like crazy over the past 2 decades. And you saw that they're not consuming bottled water. They're not consuming a lot of water. One of their exports is cattle. So what is that telling you?
So they're overgrazing their land.
Huh?
All their resources are going into feeding cows.
And it's going where? Going to some. So every time you export a cow, what are you also exporting? Water and grain and their resources, right? Their biocapacity.
So it's
right?
like the water that they really don't have is going to cows, which is going to us, which means they get nothing again.
Good job. Said it well said, Mia. So the water they don't have is actually going into the cows, which is going to us. Right? What this is also doing is actually destroying their land. It's actually making their land less and less productive and becoming, the biocapacity is going down. Right? And they're turning into a semi-desert into a desert. When we talk about soil, we'll actually talk about desertification, how these processes makes productive land or semi-productive land into non-productive at all. Next one, please. So this is what I call the environmental space-time continuum. What we are doing literally, is we're literally traveling across space. We're going to other countries to grow our food. We're literally taking up space somewhere else. Chad is only one example. It could be peanuts. It could be pineapple from the Philippines. It's happening all over the world. And by using up our groundwater resources, we are literally traveling across time to take the water resources from future generations. Next slide, please. You might say, who cares, right? I'm the winner. I'm the one with the 4 lemons. Who cares about future generations and the people across the world? Well, it just happened that our way of life is actually killing us. Next one, please. So I want you to notice this is from the Center of Disease Control, from the Health Department. So this is very, very conservative information. I'm not taking this from some wild environmentalist. So I want you to notice, what is the best color?
Blue, white.
Light blue. What was the bad color? Red. Okay, so I want to click through the next slides rather quickly. No, not that. Okay, go. Go. for 2009. So you can see it's still going up. It's continuing to go up. And obesity has been linked with heart disease and cancer. Like that I didn't know. With heart disease and diabetes and cancer. So next one, please. So this is unfortunately becoming a global trend. So it's not just here in the US. And of course we win. We're in the reddest box. Yoo-hoo! Next one, please. Now that is actually really complicated why that's happening. It's really actually really interesting. Most people really sort of feel like victimized, and in a way it is. What I have learned in my own research is actually obesity is really linked to not just what a person does, him or herself. It has to do with farm subsidies. It has to do with how we raise food. It has to do with how we, what is in our food. So it's really actually a very complicated issue, and that we'll have another discussion on another day. Next one, please. Remember when the Earth was flat? Wasn't that long ago, actually? How many were you around? Next one, please. Now, today we understand that we are part of a solar system, which is part of a galaxy, which is a part of a universe, yeah? And we understand that we have a whole big universe filled with black holes. Imagine that. Now, if we continue to believe the Earth is flat, could we have ever envisioned such a world? No. It's as if just our view of the Earth being flat was like a lid on our imagination that limits us, and we could not even see the reality for what it is. Simple view of the world. Simple belief that the framing of the world being flat, puts us keep in that box. Next one, please. We are actually at the verge of another huge jump, because now we understand from the world of quantum mechanics, there are lots of weird aspects of quantum mechanics. One weird aspect of quantum mechanics is that actually a single electron can be in multiple places. And what collapses it into a single location is an act of observation. So by looking for the electron in that spot, that electron will show up there for you. That's called the observer effect. Imagine that. Feinstein next door used to say, if you think you understand quantum mechanics, you don't get it at all. That's how counterintuitive it is, all that we are learning from quantum mechanics. Next one, please. Another new world is a new world of neuroscience. We understand that both brains, that left and right brain, have very, very different functions. Right? We watched that video last week. And unfortunately, if you look at these two sides of the brain, which side of the brain does the society value? Left side, very much one-sided, yeah? And we also now have evidence to show that the reality of the world is completely different depending on which side of your brain that you experience the world through. If you are able to experience the world through your right brain, the boundary between you and the environment disappears. Next one, please. We have known for a really long time, we understand that matter is made of what? Atoms. Atoms are made of electrons and neutrons and protons. Most of the mass, the majority of the mass is in what? In the nucleus. And swimming around the nucleus in huge space by comparison to the atom is what? Electrons. Electrons is nothing but really energy. So we understand that everything is mostly what? Energy. And if you're able to experience the world through your right brain, you get to experience that. Can you put a clear boundary between energy? So if you are able to experience the reality that everything is primary energy, the boundary between me and you disappears. the boundary between you and the rest of the room disappears. You, in fact, become part of one. Next one, please. Now, we've been talking about a lot of problems. Well, we can come to a situation, the problem situation, and you say, oh my God, this is so terrible, I'm just going to lie down and die. Or you can actually,
Take action. Innovate.
the crisis in Chinese are two words. Crisis are two words in Chinese that's danger and opportunity. So a crisis is actually an opportunity in a package of danger. Danger gives us an opportunity to do something very different, to do something greater than we have ever done before. Next one. This picture embodies the American dream. Unfortunately, we're seeing all kinds of signs. The earth is sending us messages that this American dream has a lot of unintended consequences. Nobody meant to do any harm, right? But now we're learning there are problems with that dream. And we as a nation have been a leader. We see this, right? We're leading the world in everything we do, right? All the stuff, the consumption of all of it. We're leading the world. And so that actually puts us in a very unique position. As we started earlier, Antoinette said, it's the people who are holding the four lemons has a chance to do something, right? So we have the opportunity to be the leader, and now we lead them into a new dream. This dream has turning out to be a nightmare. We can, and we are in a position to lead others, to lead the world into a new dream. A dream that takes into consideration the environment, that's not one size fits all, and a dream that takes into consideration your neighbors, be it next door or across the world, and a dream that incorporates both sides of who we are, that actually can really look at bigger where we are now. A dream that allows us to realize our own full potential. So we can actually be in harmony within ourselves and with our neighbors and with our environment. Take this as a great invitation. Take this as a great opportunity. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you. Anybody wants to make some comments and reflections, what they want to say? Anybody? Yes, Jamie?
I think that if each one of us told somebody else outside of this room about one of the things that we learned today, then that would make a difference.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The most important piece is if we actually take action, right? What's the point of knowing things if you don't take action, right? So thank you for bringing that up. Yes, Stephen. What? You like the what? Okay, all right, so get there, Stephen. What we really need is integration, right? You're not going to get very far if you keep hopping on one side, right? So you need both sides of who you are, yes?
You were